All right, good morning and welcome to the show. I'm so excited because I'm seeing my sister watching me on my show for the very first time. Remember that voice that you hear when I'm going my liner that I play? That one, you know that one. I don't know how to speak French. Mona I know just the deceive herself. I know sabi it takes a whole lot of brain, and I know brilliant like for my so she's watching me. I'm very excited. All right, let's get the show started. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elevated TV Radio. My name is Daffy Matthew. You love to come in Elevated on the Sports. And today I've got mail message from my inbox as we normally do. I've got Champions League for us to talk about. I've got the games yesterday, reviews of yesterday's game, and then a preview of today's game, and a whole lot of other talking points that we need to talk about. And then Yippee, Nick, I've agreed to be on the show next week Tuesday, just like we did with Ganatraw last week Tuesday to answer the fans Q&A. So I'm not going to be asking, I can't have Amajana asking questions because there's always something that I need him to explain to me. But we're going to do it like we did with Ganatraw. You guys, can't hear you. Really? Who am I saying can't hear me? Is it true that you guys can't hear me? I think I don't know. Okay, but are you hearing me, guys? If you hear me on Instagram, I need to know if you guys are hearing me. Otherwise, you need to raise the volume of your phone. I think it's from your end. I don't think it's from my end because it seems like every other person is hearing me. But in case you're wondering who's the format that I'm talking about, that is the Thespian Extraordinaire, the dancer, the superstar, the amazing, elegant. Happens to be my own sister, blood sister, Ufoma Magdemo. Nigerians, she's hot. She's beautiful. You know, when you have a sister like that, you start crushing on your sister. That's the kind of sister that I have. Okay, she's the one on that end of the divide. And yeah, she's watching. You know how you feel when you're in school, you're doing a presentation, and then you raise your head, and then you see a family member in the crowd. That's how I'm feeling right now. Like a child, Christmas just coming earlier than normal. So I'm feeling very happy. I'm very happy and very joyful. And I remember that my French liner that I always play. Okay, so let's do the show. Let's have some fun. But I'm going to read something from my inbox. Somebody sent me a message, and I'm going to try as much as I can to answer that question the best way that I can. I really don't have a correct answer to that question because I'm an upcoming in this industry, like in content creation, having an online radio. I'm an upcoming. So somebody asked me to mentor them and teach them the secret. I don't know. I have a secret. I'm the do as I go kind of person. As I'm going, I'm improving. I don't have a plan. Like, some people have a plan for their life. When they are 50, this is what will happen. When they are 60, when they are 70. I don't have that kind of plan. I wasn't raised like that. I was raised on take each day as it comes, and just when you wake up, okay, continue from there. When you wake up, continue from there. But just know that, okay, you have what they call money. You know, I always have that one tucked in somewhere. Escape money, like if you need to run away from Lagos and start going to worry, okay, let's have it there. If not, Cotonou, we need to face, you need to have it there or something. Okay, that's called escape money. But other than that, I don't really have a whole business plan. The way, when I hear some people talk, I have a business plan. I have this 5 years, in short term, medium term, and long term plan for this business, and that's how my business went from zero to hero. You know, the way that Fela Dorote will say it, my friend Ubon King, the late Ubon King, will say it. I don't have that kind of executable plan. I just woke up in anger. I got pissed that I was sacked, and I decided, you know what, I want to own what you own. That's just it. So I don't know, but I'll read the message. I'll let you guys understand, let you in on why I'm saying this. But then let's get the rumors, the transfer rumor, the gist and everything. It's almost a done deal. Xavi going to Barcelona is almost a done deal. Yesterday, they played a 3-3 draw in the league. Barcelona officials, as Sayed said, they didn't like the fact that Barcelona were doing fishing with a fishing line that they are in Spain, and then they are signing their coach in Qatar. If they really want to come, they need to come sit down with them because the coach is still officially their coach. They need to come sit down with them, have a round table conversation, mano kind of conversation, and then we want your coach, do a proposal. We want your coach, okay, we're not releasing our coach, okay, you have to meet a release clause, you have to do this, and then put in some other agreement like, okay, Al Sayyad will play a friendly match, a two-legged friendly match in Barcelona, one in Qatar, another one at the Nou Camp, and then, other things like the Qatari people want to come back to Barcelona as sponsor, chef sponsor, used to be Qatar, then they went to Rakuten and all that. So that's what they say they want. Thank you very much. Suku Victor says it's hearing me loud and clear via the app. Thank you very much. I think he's in Ghana. Nongwa, that's what I said the other day. He's in Ghana. So thank you very much for that one. And so yesterday, Barcelona team flew with their jet, and straight away the director, the president, and a few other people, lawyers, went to Qatar to sit down with the Qatari. They had a dinner yesterday evening, according to my spy there. They had a dinner yesterday evening, and after that, they went to watch a project film, a production, a film about Al Sayyad, where the idea came from, where they are right now, and where they hope to go to, and things that they hope to do, collaboration with all of those things. So if you look at that, well, that's like them becoming like partners. They just don't want Barcelona to come take their coach and go, but they want something that would keep Barcelona in their space for a longer time. So they want that relationship, friendship, partnership that keeps them going, which I think I like, because we live in a life where you have to leverage. Okay, the world we live in right now, you have to leverage whether you like it or not. Hi, Louis Aruayo, thank you very much for joining us on Instagram. You have to leverage, and Al Sayyad knows that no matter how much trouble that Barcelona are in right now, Barcelona is still a global brand, a bigger club than Al Sayyad. Those are the kind of things that people like Eyimba, Lobby Stars, business from Boko of Old, MFM, those are the kind of things they're supposed to be doing. It's not just enough to sell Stephen Ode to a club in Switzerland, but you could say, okay, we'll give you this player, you're supposed to give us $370,000 or whatever. That was cheap shot. But what we need is a relationship, a technical partners, exchange kind of relationship, where even if all you do for us is give us bibs and t-shirts and jerseys, we're fine. Or probably exchange program where our coach comes in during the end of the season, comes in and understudy what you're doing. I think those are some of the kind of proposals. If I was running those club anyway, what I'll do, because Nigerian club really need those kind of advancement to grow. Okay, so a couple of days ago, a young boy surprised me. They were looking for an academy to play. He plays in Onitsha. He trains in Onitsha, but didn't have a very good club to play with in Onitsha, and he decided he wants to take his career on his hand. And the young man traveled all the way from Onitsha to Lagos to come and have a tryout with a Lagos-based academy, box to box in Surulere. Got in yesterday or the day before yesterday. For me, I was very impressed with that, because not too many times do you get to see people who say, you know what, I want to take my destiny in my hand and I want to move, like Abraham moved from Ur to where God was going to show him, or Joseph was sold into slavery, and all the kind of thing, taking your destiny in your own hand. That was a very, very good one. Okay, Isa Mohammed, Dan Fulani, Facebook, I hail you, bro. Ken Ambora, one of the greatest supporters that I've had all through my journey in media. Thank you very much for always being there, man. More blessings there. So proud of you there. Thank you very much. That's someone that I can call my mom. Like, she's been very, very supportive, like giving me all of the support. I don't think she's ever not been there, for me. Even when I don't know, she's always been there. I assume in my head, like, she's always praying for me in her house. When she goes down on her knees, my name is always on her lips. And I've not done anything. Like, I don't, if anything, I've never met her once. That's the amazing thing about people just loving you for you, because that is who they are, not because of anything you've done, not because of how special you think you are. Like, you're just nobody, but they just love you like that. That's like God putting people in your space to show you that I am still God, I still love you, and because you can't see me, but I will put people in your space that you can see, that will make you know that I care about you. People like that. Ikena Umbora is one of them. Okay, so Newcastle, let's go to the news, the transfer gist, the rumors that are going on, and all the hula baloo about Newcastle having all the money in the world, the richest club right now. But this is where you come back and say the rich also cry, because they have all the money, but unfortunately they just can't get a coach. Every coach is turning them down. The reason why Unai Emery, Mr. Good Evening, refused to agree to be part of Newcastle was the fact that he said they want to insert a clause on his contract that says if they get relegated, they will fire him. Meaning that Newcastle people are actually expecting relegation in this whole thing. So, which is good. Because I was asking myself, did they plan the relegation as part of this buyout, £302 million to buy this club? And looking at the kind of result that they're showing, that Newcastle is really shit. It's like rubbish right now. But let's get in on the news and see how it goes. Newcastle are expected to make a move for former, and then some of the rumors around Newcastle are very, very annoying. I wish I could also ask to sign Odio Igalo and bring it back to the Premier League, but we would have to see that one in the future. The kind of players that they are mentioning alongside Newcastle are not players that they need to get and bring them to survive the relegation. They need survivors first. People who know how to get in the shindig and really survive, not people that want to come and play media game. And I understand why this is happening. Newcastle team of management are media experts. They've always been financial buyers and media buying people. So they are doing their business too much in the media that they forget that they really need to do the job, the back-end job, before they come out in public. But they're not doing that. You know how they say work in secret and let your results announce you? Newcastle people don't know all of that. They announce themselves without putting in the work first. Between the early weeks of October, when Newcastle was bought and they are looking for a coach, different teams have sacked their coaches and gotten new one. Barcelona have sacked their coach there. I think by the end of today or tomorrow, at the least, they would have announced Javi as their coach. Newcastle is still looking for coach, and small coaches are turning them down. But the news that broke that really got my attention was the fact that Leicester City's coach, Brendan Rodgers, have been told by the Man City people, management, that Brendan Rodgers, you are the anointed to take over from Pep Guardiola when Pep Guardiola leaves. But then last year, a year ago now, Pep Guardiola signed a contract extension. So I'm looking at Brendan Rodgers and I'm saying, UK, what's the deal here? Are you the new Julian Nagelsmann? Are you the Hansi Flick that comes in and wins the treble? What really? Who are you? Because Peter, I know, Paul, I know, but Seven Sons of Skiba, hey, but I don't know you. And you don't take teams to top four. You're always in the cups. Why would you go from a Pep to a Brendan Rodgers? So I need you guys to give me your opinion on that. If you're a Man City fan, just a football fan, what do you think when Man City finally let Pep Guardiola goes? Because it seems like from that kind of statement means that if Pep Guardiola does not win the Champions League this season, Brother Man with his bad head is going to go. It's going to go. It's no more patience. Even his own people. I mean, no. Pep Guardiola, we're done. Okay? We're done with this. You're playing with midfielders and no strikers system. We need to get somebody else. Okay? But would you go from Pep Guardiola to a Brendan Rodgers? For me, the jury is still out on Brendan Rodgers. Brendan Rodgers is still on the level of people like David Moyes, all those, top 6, top 7 kind of people, not like getting the shindig or battling for the title. I don't think he can control that dressing room as well. But what you think? Let me know. So let's get in on the story now. Newcastle are expected to make a move for former Liverpool midfielder Philippe Coutinho with Barcelona keen to offload the 29-year-old Brazilian international. Manchester United plan to scout Monaco's highly rated French midfielder Aurelien Tchouameni, 21, as they step up their search for the replacements of 28-year-old French star Paul Pogba, who's made up his mind that he wants to go back to Juventus. But then there's somewhere where other people have conversation along the line that he's going to Real Madrid, he's going to Paris St-Germain. There's also a rumor that Bayern Munich might look for him, but I don't think that the organization of Bayern Munich is good enough for that. And then, hooray, I also had my first meeting with the English FA yesterday. So, remember when you guys told me, we had a conversation that time that I was in Ikote and I posted that video of Ikote management embarrassing the Super Eagles in their gym, and you guys are, we should have listened to Leon Balogun, we should go and build something like St. George's Park, right? Okay, so I went behind the scene and I started looking for ways to talk to the English FA so that we know, first of all, TD Jake said in his book, Reposition, said that if the people know better, they will do better. So I said, okay, let me go search for how this thing was done so that we'll start a conversation around it. Yesterday, we had our first official conversation, and there's plenty more where that started to come. So we would continue on that. Paris Saint-Germain's forward Kylian Mbappe may demand an Olympic clause be inserted into any potential contract with Real Madrid, Juventus, Paris Saint-Germain, if he extends Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, depending on wherever he chooses to go at the end of by next summer. Okay, the 22-year-old has come out publicly to express his desire to represent France 3 years' time from now in the 2024 Paris Games. So he wants to be in the Olympics. Neymar has filled his ear with plenty juicy story about the beauty, the pride of winning the Olympics. And he wants to go a step further to prove to Neymar that, look, I've won the World Cup, I also can win the Olympics. Well, Neymar's got the Olympic gold, and that's the first for Brazil, and then went further down. Okay, so let's talk about some of the stories that is there. Brazilian side Palmeiras are interested in signing Manchester United and former Napoli and Paris St-Germain striker Edinson Cavani. Edinson Omovudu Omiragwa Cavani, who is 34 years old when the Uruguayan contract ends at Manchester United this summer. Villarreal manager Unai Emery, who is 50 years old, who you like to call Mr. Good Evening, turned down a move to Newcastle because the club wanted a clause in his contract which would allow him to be sacked if the Magpies get relegated. Okay, Manchester City have told Leicester City manager, okay, it's a it's a thing of City, okay, it's a City interest. Brendan Rodgers, 48, they would be interested in him taking over from Pep Guardiola when the 50-year-old Spaniard leaves the Premier League champions. Okay, when is he going to leave? That's the thing. When is he going to leave? How can we be having that kind of discussion now? Tottenham are leading the race to sign 21-year-old Fiorentina striker Dusan Vlahovic, with the Serbian open to a move to the Premier League after Juventus did not show interest. Juventus was his first love, but then they did not show enough interest to want to sign him. So now he's open to the Premier League. Arsenal also eyeing him, but Arsenal have a lot of options on their front. Barcelona are hopeful of tying France winger Ousmane Dembele, 24, down as a new 3-year contract by the end of November. A fly on the wall says that Xavi says they shouldn't let him go. They should keep him, that he's got plans for him. Okay, Dembele, whose current deal expires next summer, is said to have agreed to take a pay cut for an extension. So let's not work for Barcelona, because it's a case of the devil you know better than the angel you don't know, because you go out there and go and sign another player, they might demand for money that you cannot pay them. Look at Aguero, for instance, not kicking ball since. Okay, so they don't want to get into that place where they're struggling to pay salaries that they don't have, especially knowing that they are owing 1.5 billion euros in debt, and they want to make sure they get people in who first off understand the problem with the club and also can adapt. Okay, they say that Omar people, I know I think for okay. Everton are considering a move for Real Mallorca and Ghana midfielder Idrisu Baba, 25 years of age. In January, Everton is in all sort of trouble water. Some people, I heard something. Somebody said that is the fans, the players that Rafa Benitez messed up in China that cost him, that's making Everton suffer, because he came to China and dropped all the players that took the team to Continental and brought in his own players and collected the biggest salaries that any coach have ever collected in the history of that club. Yet he almost got them relegated. Wolves plan to accelerate talks with RB Leipzig to turn 25-year-old South Korean striker Hang Hee-chan's loan into a permanent deal. The Midland club could also revive their attempt to sign Portugal international Renato Sanchez, 24, from French club Lyon. And I'm wondering, Renato Sanchez for me was one of the best players for Portugal at the Euros. Is Wolves the best club for him to go? I think that Renato Sanchez is good enough to play for Manchester United, Arsenal, Tottenham Hotspur, Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, or any of these clubs. But that Wolves are the ones that are coming for him. Just give me some reason to show concern. Are you serious? Seriously? Are you serious right now? That's the club you want to play for. Okay? But hey, football sometimes, it's not always the way you think. It's not always how you see it. So let's see what happens. Barcelona will move for 24-year-old midfielder Tonga Ndombele. Wama Smith is another man's poison, definitely, in January, but may only be able to afford a loan deal for the Frenchman, as the case is. It can't pay transfer fee and the rest. And you know, Daniel Levy and his Ojukokuri's desire for big money always is. Liverpool director of football, the man who's been behind all of the magical moves, all of the signing, the greatest signing of the club in recent history. Let me give you some names so that you understand what I'm saying. Michael Edward, a key cog in the Reds' recent success and instrumental in signing the likes of Mohamed Salah, Virgil van Dijk, could move back to Germany. He's beginning to get homesick. He's tired of the unpredictable weather of the English people. If you've never been to England, you won't understand this thing I'm saying, but the English weather is the most unpredictable. It's as unpredictable as, the next word that'll come out of my mouth, Mood put me in trouble, so I'm not going to say it. Okay, but it's very, very unpredictable. It's unpredictable as Nigerian social media. Let me just say that. Well, that's not what I want to say. That's not what my mind is telling me. But I know that what I will say, if I say what's on my mind, it will give me trouble. It's not like I'm afraid, but I just don't want to get into trouble. I love the Sports Buffet and I love the fans of Sports Buffet. I don't want to get you guys into any place where people are dragging me unnecessarily. But you understand what I mean. Those people in Nigeria where once you meet them, their phone gets spoiled, their house rent is due, the next week they are doing their birthday, their parents get sick, blah blah blah. Those people, they are unpredictable. The weather, the British weather is as unpredictable as them. I didn't mention any name. I didn't say anybody. If you can't fit you way, okay. West Ham United right back Ben Johnson is 21, but doesn't run like the American Ben Johnson anyway. Is to be offered a new contract by the Premier League club after recently breaking into David Moyes' starting 11 and putting up some beautiful and scintillating performances. So for those people who got my predictions yesterday, I mean, you enjoyed it because it went well. Congratulations to you guys. Now let's come over to the Champions League. The Champions League, as my Calabar brothers and sisters will say. Okay, my people from Aqua Ibom and Cross River. AC Milan could not find a win. Well, I didn't predict it when I predicted over 1.5, so it was good. It was a 1-1 draw. AC Milan and Porto at home. And Real Madrid are reviving. There is a difference between a rich man being broke and a poor man being broke. And that's what Real Madrid have shown in the course of this season. Okay, rich man being broke could just mean that they will struggle a bit. They no longer drive big cars. They start driving some small cars, but they are still rich. But when a poor man is broke, he's broke. It could be homeless, it could be carless, it could be familyless, a whole lot can happen. So that's the thing with Real Madrid, okay? We're saying that they're having a terrible season, a very bad season. Even FC Barcelona having a terrible and a very bad season. But in all of that, they are still, up there in their Champions League group. They are still one of the teams that you want to always look out for. They beat Shakhtar Donetsk from Ukraine 2-1. Borussia Dortmund are really shitty and messy and annoying right now. Ajax, last time I beat them by 4, hit them for 4. Now again, Ajax went to the Sigma Iduna Park or whatever they call the BVB Stadium, whatever they call that stadium right now. I don't care. But they were beaten 1-2-3 goals to 1, plus a red card to go for it. And then talking about red card, Liverpool beat Atletico Madrid 2-0. Atletico Madrid is not going. I think it's time for them to rejig the team. One of the problems with Atletico Madrid is Diego Simeone trying to meet expectations of people. Because 2 seasons ago, Diego Simeone evolved. He decided to shell his skin and become something that he is not. He wanted to play more of an attacking football than the rock-solid defensive style, pragmatic football that he used to play. And since that time, yes, they won the league title last season, but that's courtesy Ronald Koeman gifting them and Real Madrid not living up to expectation. Not like they came up with some beautiful, exciting football and blew everybody out of the water, but it was just a case of Real Madrid and Barcelona conspiring to hand over the title to them. And even in the manner in which they won it, it was very, very lackadaisical, mediocre, and very poor. So they were beaten at home, and that's not enough. Now they've been beaten away again, and then they collect another red card in this game. But Manchester City, even though the board are thinking beyond Pep Guardiola didn't bother as his team went on to beat Club Brugge at home 4-1. They are scoring when they are in their element. And Paris Saint-Germain, some clumsy penalty, make them go from leading to drawing their game 2-2 against RB Leipzig, even though they were playing away from home. Sheriff, the thing about surprise element is there is always a limit to all of those surprises. And when you take your surprise to Real Madrid to go and beat Real Madrid, you all of a sudden make every other person come prepared for you. And Inter Milan used them to pick up 6 points as Inter Milan beat Sheriff Tiraspol by 3-1. And Sporting was not interested in having any friendly encounter with Besiktas. Sporting Lisbon beat Besiktas in Portugal by 4-0. First half, they had already raised to a 3-goal lead. That's how incredible that went yesterday. So let's talk about games that will go down today. I'll bring you up to speed with some statistics, and then I'll go to my inbox and hit you up with a message that came, and we'll discuss about it. But while we're at that, what I want you guys to give me feedback on, because this is a show between me and you. So, what's the lie? So, I started following football in 1986, first World Cup, 1986 World Cup, and I fell in love with football. Maradona made me fall in love with football. Maradona. for what now hindsight makes you great, give you better understanding. For what is described as a World Cup that is played every 4 years, for somebody to show up in a World Cup where every country brings their best to the World Cup, and countries like England, Belgium Belgium had Enzo Schifo, I will never forget, was the captain of Belgium. England had everybody, Schulte, Lineker, Darren Barnes, everybody. John Barnes came in that game and almost turned the game on his head. But we're talking about for a World Cup, for Maradona to play a World Cup and dribble people like he was playing sets on the roadside. You know what we used to use felele, fly carpet, or orange this thing to play on the street. For Maradona to be showing that much skill, I don't think anybody's ever taken the World Cup, and blown it out like Maradona did in 1986. If you have seen one before that, 1986, or before, after that, let me know. But I think I've seen every World Cup after 1986, and I've not seen anybody do what Maradona did. But then, in the course of following football, tomorrow we'll talk about the moment of football, the moment that made you fall in love with football. That's for tomorrow. But today, we've been told many lies about football, especially if you're in Nigeria. We've been told lies, and they stick. These lies stick. Let me give you some very good examples. Tondabalo would tear brother Bele with left leg, with shot. That lie stuck. India don't go to the World Cup because the ball will turn into snake and lion. The lie stuck. India beat Nigeria 99-1, and Pele scored for Nigeria. Pele scored the penalty, removing his boot and kicking the boot into the air. The goalkeeper followed the boot, and then he placed the ball into the net. That lie stuck. So today I'm going to ask you guys, please share with me some lies or fabu or fagbu or whatever you guys call it that you were told around football. It could be your club, it could be national team, it could be a certain player, group of players, whatever it is. Jazz, no, you not use jazz to win football match because Africa not use jazz to win World Cup, because if you carry jazz travel across Atlantic Ocean, it then they walk. But Africa hosted the World Cup in South Africa, and South Africa didn't need to cross Atlantic Ocean. If you've ever been to South Africa, you know that South Africans believe in voodoo. Like voodoo, the way we worship, the way we are so highly religious here but not godly. That's how they believe in voodoo there. But it didn't change nothing. Spain came and won the World Cup. America was fantastic at the World Cup in 2010. So talk to me about some of the lies that you believed because they were told to you and it was around football. Those are the things we need to talk about. So if you're on the Instagram page, on the Facebook page, on YouTube page, or you are on WhatsApp, the phone lines are not working today. I don't know what happened, but the phone lines are just not working. So let's not even go there about it. But if you're WhatsApp, you can send me a message 08034277165. Yeah. So let's get a feel of some of the lies that you have been told in football and you believe them growing up. Now you look back like, God, how did I even believe? How did I even believe that this was possible? Okay, so let's talk about the fixtures for the UEFA Europa League that are going to go down today. You know that I hate to predict UEFA Europa League, if you know that, because I always think that the league and the Conference League, those ones are match fixing. That's why I think it's what the UEFA and the organizers used to settle these bet companies. Brøndby playing against Rangers at home, the Danish team. Brøndby, if you remember, Usho Kechukwu, that's where he started his European sojourn before he went to Fenerbahce in Turkey. Galatasaray are going to be hosting Victor Moses Lokomotiv Moscow. Genk are going to be hosting the most informed English team on the continent, West Ham. West Ham are going to get to the next stage of any European competition for the very first time in their life. I think this is where we say that David Moyes have actually turned around the misfortune of what happened at Manchester United. He's turned his career around. He's taken the bull by the horn. He's gone back, worked very hard, dig down on his heel, and really worked hard to make a name for himself. They're even in the top bracket of the English Premier League, have a very fantastic run. 8 wins away from home, first time in their history since the Premier League started. It's fantastic for them in both on the continent and in the league. Normally, you see small clubs like this cannot survive playing on the continent and also mixing it up with the league. We can see that with Leicester and some of that team, but West Ham have shown a different kettle of fish entirely. Liga also are going to be hosting Napoli. I don't know. I'm not sure if Osimhen would be available for that game, but we know that it will be available for the international games. I had a chat with him yesterday. Lyon are going to be playing against Sparta Prague in France. Monaco are hosting PSV Eindhoven in France as well. Olympiacos Piraeus are going to be hosting free scoring Eintracht Frankfurt, and you have Real Sociedad, a very stingy team in terms of conceding goals, are going to be hosting Benedict Akpogbu's former club Sturm Graz of Austria. Antwerp of Belgium will be hosting Fenerbahce, Uche Kuchuku's former club. And Bayern Leverkusen, that once had the signature of the current commissioner of sports in Abia State, Caribe Pascal Ojigwe, will be hosting Real Madrid, who also happened to be the club that kept the signatures of wing wizard, pass master, Mr. Precision, Mr. Excellent, the neatest player to ever play football for the Nigerian national team. Finidi George, who happens to be current coach of the Aba Elephant, Eimba Football Club of Aba. Yeah, that is Finidi George for you, aka Finito. Yes, he used to play for Real Betis of Spain. Let's go further down. Braga, who used to have the signature of Edison Uwa Echejile. These things are just coming to my head today. Are going to be hosting Ludogorets Razgrad. Okay, and this club used to be this Cervena Zveda used to be, what's that name again? I've forgotten. Okay, they're going to be playing against the club that I played against and my football career ended, FC Midtjylland. Okay, a goalkeeper that broke my leg. Yes, they're going to be playing against FC Midtjylland. I remember. Dynamo Zagreb are going to be playing. Okay, Dynamo Zagreb are going to be playing against Rapid Vienna. Same of the same. Ferencváros are going to be hosting Celtic of Scotland. Celtic, if you're Ambrose from my club, they're not really in the element that they used to be when they had Martin O'Neill as their coach. But let's see what happened. Leicester City, last time out, you know, they're up and down when it comes to playing in Europe. They're up and down. 1 minute, Dhaka is scoring 4 goals in the European competition. The next minute, they are struggling. But then they'll be hosting Sparta Moscow, I think, at the King Power. They will do well. But then they played against Arsenal over the weekend at the King Power, and they didn't do well at all. They lost 2 goals to nothing, even though they played better. Than Arsenal, but Arsenal took their chances, and that was all she wrote. Marseille will be hosting Lazio, and in the Europa Conference League, you have teams that we don't know, teams that we can't even remember. Fiora playing against Anatosis, K Almaty playing against Karabag, Easy Akma, we know that one, playing against CF Aro Cluj, FK Zoria Luzak playing against CSK Sofia, where we used to have Omonigo Temile and Richard Romagbe or Akime, what's Akime's other name? Magic Gallo, whatever you want to call it. But Akime used to play for that team. And then you have Genk playing against Partizan Belgrade, LASK playing against Alaskat, and then Lincoln Red Leaves playing against Slovan Bratislava, Maccabi Tel Aviv playing against AJK Sofia, Omonia playing against Basel, Randers FC playing against Jablanek, AS Roma, who were beaten by Bodo Glimt, would have a chance for redemption. They are actually the reason why I'm reading this conference league matter. Have a chance for redemption as Jose Mourinho have to put a team together, maybe a strong team this time around to play and beat Bodo Glimt, who beat the 6-1 in the first leg. I don't think Jose Mourinho wants a repeat of that pack. Salonika, who used to have Mawe Sadi Fayodese playing at home against FC Copenhagen Reds, will be playing against Monaco. Okay, Slavia Prague will be playing against Maccabi Haifa. Slavia Prague are in the Czech Republic, in case you don't know, and they have a Nigerian player, Olayin Kapitalanka, in their team. Tottenham Hotspur, who were shocked by a beautiful goal scored by Vitesse NM in the very, very dying embers of the game in the first leg, will be hosting Vitesse, and then now their former coach is out. No Espirito Santos is out of the team. And then finally, Union Berlin, that have our very own Taiwo Awoniyi, who's the talk of the town because the return of people think that the return of Ojo Gallo is the reason why he's not invited, but I don't really think so. I think the coach just decided to make his selection. Let's go to some statistics coming out of the UEFA Champions League. Yes, we've had match day 1 and match day 2, Tuesdays and Wednesday. Remember, in the Champions League, there are 96 games. that is played in total before the final whistles. Okay, the season, 64 games of that have been played already. So we're looking at 32 more games to go. 200 goals have been scored, 3.13 goal per game. Most goals that have been scored for per time is in the 29th minutes. Okay, the average time between one goal and the other is 29 minutes. Okay, so let me tell you, 21 goals have been scored between the first minute and 15 seconds. 22 goals have been scored between 16 minutes and 30 seconds, and 20 goals have been scored between 31st minute and 45 seconds, and 3 goals have been scored after 45 minutes. Okay, 22 goals have been scored from 46 minutes, 6 to 46 minutes and 60 seconds, and then you have goals that have been scored. 26 goals have been scored between 61 minutes to the 75th minute. You also have between 90th plus, you have 7 goals scored in the UEFA Champions League. Those are some of the statistics, and let's go further then and tell you, when it comes to club charts, teams with the most goals in this season's UEFA Champions League is Bayern Munich. They are unforgiving, they are evil, they are mean. 17 goals scored so far in the UEFA Champions League, followed by Manchester City. Pep Guardiola will always be there when it comes to scoring goals anyway, so I'm not surprised about that one. Manchester City have scored 15 goals so far. Ajax follows closely with 14, and Liverpool 13. Villarreal from Spain have scored 9 goals. This is the first time that you would have having only one Spanish team in that order, and Barcelona is not there. Sporting from Portugal have also scored 9. So in terms of possession, Chelsea have controlled possession. No wonder Chelsea have been conceding just 1 goal every month. Okay, they've controlled possession more than any other team with 66.8, and Liverpool followed by with 62.3. Ajax Amsterdam, the king of possession, so I'm not surprised about that one. Have kept possession for 58.8% of the time that they played in their matches. Same with Manchester City, 58.5, Real Madrid, 57.3. Talking about a team that is not doing well. Bayern Munich have really not fared well in controlling possession, but the thing is, every time they have it, they are a good threat. And they've controlled possession 57.3%, just the same with Real Madrid, but then it's different. It comes to passing accuracy, it's so strange that the team with the most passing accuracy is Shakhtar Donetsk from Ukraine, as they've made 90.3% accurate passes. Chelsea also 89.8% accurate passes, just the same as Bayern Munich. And then Manchester City 89.5, Real Madrid 89.3, FC Barcelona, even though they are going through some terrible time, have also controlled very good passing accuracy with 89%. Total attempts in matches played so far in the UEFA Champions League, FC Bayern have had 85 attempts and goal. Inter Milan 79, Manchester City 78, Real Madrid 78, Liverpool 72, Ajax 70. The team with the most tackles in the UEFA Champions League so far, Besiktas, have made 71 tackles in matches. You know that they're always pressing them very hard. Sheriff Timothée have also made 64 tackles. Sporting Lisbon of Portugal 63, FC Porto of Portugal have made 63, RB Leipzig of Germany 61, and Paris Saint-Germain, you would have thought that they will control possession a lot, but where they find themselves is in the area of making tackles, and they made 56 tackles. Atalanta made more recovery of the ball after losing possession than any other team. 192 times they have done that, and Besiktas followed 188 times, Salzburg 188, Borussia Dortmund, who you would expect to do way better than they are doing right now, have recovered possession 182 times. Young Boys, who shocked Manchester United the match they won by beating them 2-1, and also making them to consider red card, have retrieved possession 181 times. And then Lille 180 times. Talking about saves, even though they shocked Real Madrid, their goalkeeper have made more saves in this tournament than any other goalkeeper, any other team, and that's Sheriff Timothée, has made 26 saves in matches played so far in the UEFA Champions League. Malmo, yes, from Sweden, have made 24 saves, and Besiktas of Turkey have made 18. Paris Saint-Germain, they have made Neymar, Messi, and Mbappe, Icardi, and the rest of them. But truth be told, their goalkeeper have been peppered with shots, and Gigi Donnarumma, you can see that with the game against Man City. Gigi Donnarumma have made saves, same as the other goalkeeper. 17 saves so far. Besiktas have Benfica, have made 16 saves, and Wolfsburg, the former club of Victor Osimhen, have contributed to making 15 saves in this season's UEFA Champions League, and the teams with the most clean sheets. That's the one that everybody's talking about. Chelsea is going to be on top of that list because they've not conceded that much. Chelsea have had 3 clean sheets this season, same as Juventus, same as Bayern, and then Lille have had 2 clean sheets, Benfica 2, Ajax 2. Wow. Ajax is on all the statistics. The one that people like, the individual one, the one that you cannot bribe, you cannot use sentiment to get. This is a product of how much hard work you put in, how much accuracy you've got, how good you are in front of goal, who buries the chances the most. The top goal scorer for the championship so far, for the UEFA Champions League so far, is Lewandowski, Robert Lewandowski, the man from Poland. They say people from Poland are what? They're Polish. Kiwi Polish or whatever Polish, I don't know, but they're Polish. Sebastian Haller, who seemed like a flop in the Premier League, have come out in this season's Champions League and is chasing glory. Larry, pardon me for using that, but I have to use it. It's chasing glory with 7 goals scored so far this season. Mo Salah, with all his goals, is just stuck in 5, same as Cristiano Ronaldo. And Nkunku, remember him from RB Leipzig? Yeah, rumors are that he's going to go to the Premier League at the end of the season. Okay, scored 5. Leroy Sané not having a great season, but he scored 4 goals. Okay, talk about assists. It's coming from Ajax. Anthony with 5, and Bruno Fernandes, as they say his name is called, but we call him Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes has made 5 assists, and Leroy Sané with 4 goals have also provided 4 assists. That's a great one. Vinicius Junior has made 3 assists. Cristiano from Sheriff Limassol have made 3 assists, while Mbappe has also provided 3 assists. Marcos Antonio is the fastest player in this season's UEFA Champions League with 38.4 km/h covered in matches played. He plays for Shakhtar Donetsk. Alexis Mirakchuk, 38.6 as well. Vinicius Junior is another fast player, 38.5 km/h. And then Amaso, 38.3, plays for Atletico Madrid. Elia of a Young Boys, 37.8, and Timber of Ajax have covered 36.8. So let's talk about the lies that you've been told in the game. I'm waiting for you people to tell me the lies that you've been told in the game that you believe. Now, looking back, you just laugh. You know, when you're in the bus or you're in plane, you're in a car, you're going around, and you just remember that lie and you just laugh like, wow, I really believe this thing some time ago. Okay, AK Ejiofor Abuchi, Mark Valley, say, thumbs up to you, bro. We get you as always. Okay, Matthias Oluwadamilare, say good morning to you, bros. Thank you for always being consistent with what you are doing. Thank you very much. Uzo Obiora, say good morning, Elevated TV Radio. You are doing great, boss. I'm tipping Liverpool to win this season's Champions League, although it's too early with Bayern playing the way they're playing. Okay. Omasai Kola, I say, well done, bro. Thank you very much. I need you guys to tell me the stories, the lies that you were told following football. Come on, how's this guy spamming my YouTube channel all the time with some crazy? We're not watching your webcam. Come on, we're not watching it. Nobody's interested in that. All right. So let me see what you guys have for me on WhatsApp. And I can't. Sorry, guys. The phone lines are off today. The phone lines are off, so it's almost impossible for me to take a phone call. I don't know what happened, but the lines are just not working. It's not been working since yesterday evening, actually. I don't know. I can't tell you that we're not working on anything. It's MTN. I don't know what happened, but it's just this line. It's a special line that they give to us. We need to, maybe we should go back and get a regular line. So the question of the day is, what is it that you were told growing up about football that you've not discovered is a lie? But back then you believed it, like your life depends on it. If you don't believe it, you will die. Okay? Like, when we're growing, let me tell you something. When we're growing up, we used to think that if you commit sin and you go to church and you pass by the altar, you want to touch the altar, you will die. You know how they preach this thing about Ananias and Sapphira in church? So much so that you start thinking that the altar is a place where people go and die. Okay? So because of that, is the reason why you just believe that pastors are saints. Like, these guys, you don't commit sin. Because they every day they climb the altar. If they really commit sin, they will fall down and die. Okay? Nothing happens. And, we used to believe that thing, but now when you think back and you remember all that, like, man, you've been fooled. Okay, so from my inbox, somebody sent me a message from my inbox, and let's just talk about it. It's not important, but person requested that I talk about it on the show, so let me read it and then I'll talk about it. Hi, Rafe. Good evening to you. I would love you to address this on the Sports Buffet tomorrow morning, which is today. How are you as a family? Love what you're doing. And I'm also trying to start up my own YouTube channel, but I've not had the courage to go about it. And I follow your story from when you were in Brilla, ITV, even when you did your sting with Al Jazeera, and now you are doing what you're doing. Please be honest with me. Did you get a loan? Did you get financial support? Did you happen upon inheritance? How did you start your YouTube channel, and how have you been able to keep it going? Because everybody that I've asked keep telling me that when you start on YouTube, YouTube is hard to grow. You can't make money even for 10 years. Why would I go and start a business that I cannot make money from in 10 years? How do I survive? How do I live? Okay. I would really want you to give an honest answer if you can. But if it is something you don't think you can answer publicly, maybe I would understand. This one is hard. You know why it's hard? Everything that you said, Ayodele is his name. Everything that you said here, Ayodele, if you're watching, is true. Everything people told you is true. But you don't realize it until you are in it, right? So it's not like, oh, I know that it's going to take that long. But I also didn't start this. Okay. Uncle Sam says India beating Nigeria 100-0 while growing up. Yeah, that was one. My own at 99 one. They said Pele score for Nigeria. I'm still I'm still wondering how somebody will cook up that line, because Pele had already been a great player back from the 50s forward. But hey, we all believed it. We believed it in the 80s, in the 90s, and maybe in the 2000s we started thinking, wait a minute, what are they saying? Pele, how? But we believed it. Okay, so let me answer this question the best way that I can. And I've got like 3 questions today in my inbox. I didn't start up knowing that YouTube gets monetized. So that's different. For those of you who want to start knowing that, oh, you want to use YouTube to make money, it's a different thing. I started up, I was in Brilla, I was still in Brilla. And I felt like, okay, I go to work I leave my house by 5 a.m. Before 5:30 from my house to Jakode. I reached work, I work from 6, I resume by 6. Okay, but sometimes you need to record some voicing and the rest. So 5:30, let's say I resume by 5:30. By 11 o'clock, officially I've closed. 10:30, I've closed. By 11 o'clock, 11 a.m., I've left the office. And my children started going to school. I started realizing that I have more time. Initially, I come home because I want to help my wife with taking care of the kids and all that. Okay. But then first it was my son, and then my daughter came in when 11 days after I went to Brazil. When I came back, I need to support. It was a young family. I need to be supporting that. I never had that growing up, so I wanted to be that for my children. But then when my daughter started going to school and we made up our mind that we're not going to have another kid, I found that I have plenty of time in my hands. Okay, so I come back by 11. I leave the office by 10:30. By 11:15, traffic or no traffic, because coming and driving against traffic, I was free. So I didn't like to be idle. I needed something to do with my time. I had this phone that I bought for 275K. It was the most expensive phone that I've ever bought. I'm not sure I want to spend that kind of money on the phone anymore anytime soon. It's no need. Okay, so I decided, okay, let me call my friends, a SIM card who also have free time, and Swore who also have free time like me. Let's shoot a sports show. That's the only thing I know how to do, talk sports. So let's shoot it and let's put it online. First it was Instagram, Facebook, and then YouTube. But then the guys who came to like shooting for us said we should put it on YouTube and it will stay for long. That's okay, no problem. So we shot the first episode, it was there, and then we're preparing for the second episode. And then the game boss was called for a meeting, I was fired. And when I got fired, it was when I got fired that it now stick on my head. Like, this person that is fired me is worth about pretty much what assets and cash is worth about 6 billion naira. So if this person is angry that I'm doing this thing, then it must be seeing me as a competition. So I'm going to get to doing it. Okay. I didn't get any money from anybody, but I have plenty of goodwill. I've been in radio for 13 years. I've offended people, but I've also got to people that love me. That's just the truth. So I started first time. I mean, there were more disappointment than support actually. So, bros, Ayodele, it's the same thing. That were more disappointment than support. People, I have plenty of people who told me, oh, go ahead, I will buy you a camera, I will do this, I will get you a studio in Lekki. It's a great idea because once I wanted to do this, I just told everybody around me that this is what I want to do. I want to have an online TV. I started reading about it, researching about it. I still didn't know that YouTube actually pay people. I used to think that because I was coming from radio where if you want to put your content on radio or TV, you pay to buy airtime. So I was still thinking that YouTube will come and start demanding money from me, and then I'll get sponsors. The content will be branded. That's why we decide to use food, so that people who sell food or who sell food items like that will give us support, and then we would use it to pay for the airtime. We were even planning that we're going to put it on Galaxy TV or NTA, one of those things. That's the way. That was the plan. But then that didn't work. It was a man proposed, God disposed kind of thing. It didn't work. So I woke up and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you everything that I've got. It must work. So we started researching, knowing about it. So to 2017, through that period, did what we did. And then when we finished 2017, but towards the end of 2017, I said, you know what? This is not going to work. The whole us as the whole thing was not going to work. It was too expensive, getting food. And then the team was beginning to crack. We were beginning to have issues and all that. So we ended it up. But I didn't want to stop because if I stop, it will be like, oh, this thing will make a sack, you never feed one. And then the company that sacked me will feel like, oh, it's because of the money that they are paying their salary that I was shooting with. So since they stopped my flow, you know what? The civil war, they say stop supply of food to the east, the war will end. So I felt like, okay, I need to prove a point. That was the worry boy in me. Like, I need to prove a point. I must fight this fight and win. I can't lose. So I went on and we went to Kano. And in Kano was like a retreat for us. We decided, you know what? Let's do sports. Entertainment will come later, but let's focus on sports. So we started with around the MPFL. We've actually hit roadblock at that time. We started with around the MPFL. We're thinking if we do a content around the MPFL, a magazine show around the MPFL, interview coaches, players, and fans, over time, whoever is the sponsor of the league will come and sponsor the show and we'll put it on DSTV. That was the idea. But let's start with YouTube, which is a very big platform to push it out. But then we quickly realized that it was too expensive to produce a show like that because each episode was now beginning to cost in the region of 800 to 1 million. That's like transportation, logistics, hotel, feeding. You pretty much realize how expensive this is. And because of how I wanted to do it, I didn't want my team to be traveling by road on safe thing. We're flying. So it was pretty much really very expensive. So quickly I stopped the game. We came back and we started from my house. I restarted the company in 2018 and the rest, as I say, is history. Have we started making money from it? No. And then in 2019, I said, okay, doing only YouTube content will not work because it's not as productive as I thought. And then you know how you overrate your fame. The subscribers are not coming as I thought. Let's get our radio. Let's get an online radio because I still want to talk. I still felt like I have a lot to talk about and I can't just sit back and not be talking on radio because I also do not think that I have the energy to be beating traffic to go to work in anybody's radio anymore because I don't think I could commit myself, be that dedicated, be that passionate like I did with Brilla. So I just felt I want to do my own thing. And I was lucky I got radio 23rd of December 2019. But between that time and 2020, where COVID came in, we just couldn't start because there was no money, nothing to buy equipment. But then we started buying the equipment one after the other, microphone, cables, this one, that one. And then we rented a studio. And before you know it, we got all of the things that we needed. And here we are today. We have an online radio. We just got a 3 million naira app now. We got, almost all the things that we need are falling in place. And then people are supporting. I mean, you have 55 people come together to buy us a generator, 10 kVA generator, and a whole lot of that are coming. So for you, Ayodele, this is what I'm going to say to you. If you want to start. And the question of how was I surviving without income? Say, listen, I've been saving all my life. I still do that till today. I've been saving all my life. Like, that's why I don't have a lifestyle. It's going to be very hard for you to see me snap a picture of me in a party, in a club, in a lounge, in a bar. I don't drink alcohol. I don't smoke. I don't have a side chick. So there are pretty much not too many things that takes my money. It's this company that takes my money right now because I think this is like my pension. This is my retirement home. This is my work. I'm putting everything into it. So I don't have a lifestyle. And then I'm not a trendy person. So this thing is trendy. There's a new phone, go and buy. There's a new sticker, go and buy. For like 10 years, I was wearing only jerseys because it is cheaper, right? I couldn't see myself take 100,000, 50,000, 60,000 to go and sew one native. I didn't see it. Or buy one designer's shirt for 25,000 or 30,000. I didn't see myself doing it. So I bought jerseys, knockdown jerseys, 2005. 25,000 naira will give me 10. And then I can change them like that. It's what I wanted to do because it's what I can afford. You can't be any 180,000, 150,000, 180,000 a month and be going spending 100,000 to do, expensive native. And then I also leverage on friendship relationship. That's how I work. So if you're going to start YouTube, start. We started with a phone, and then we had one camera, and then we had one microphone. I remember one microphone that will always adjust the wire. Now we have about over 40 microphones. We have cameras everywhere. We have people that we're now partners with. We could produce movies. We could produce anything. We could broadcast live matches from 4 stadiums simultaneously, right? So once you start on that road, you will not see people who are traveling on the same road with you, and you could collaborate. Just make people trust you. Just be the kind of person that when you say a thing, it is what you say that you will do. Okay, and people can trust you, people can leave equipment with you, people can leave their stuff with you. And if you tell somebody that, oh, let's work, I'll give you 10 naira, please look for the 10 naira and give to them. And if you don't have the 10 naira, let them know upfront that you don't have the 10 naira, and then have integrity. I think all of those things work very well. That's what worked for me. I don't know if it's going to work. I can't be a motivational speaker to anybody. I can't be a business advisor to anybody because even me, I'm struggling. I'm not really made it out there. So, but I'm very excited with the fact that, I wake up every day and I'm seeing the numbers of subscribers. We are about 21 more subscribers and we'll hit 5,000. I thought that would happen when we were like 10 years old, but it's happening faster than I thought. So for me, that is something I'm grateful about. That's all I can give to you as answer to this. Okay, Kenechukwu Nemeka say, I think every young man and woman out there needs to watch this episode. Oh, thank you very much. Amosaya Kola, he said, well done, bro. Thank you very much. And that's just it. So the thing about life is your grind. You have to grind. You have to believe it so much so that Miles Murray also, somebody said that it comes down to how badly do you want it. So you have to give up what you have to get what you need. Okay, so you put up everything, you give up everything, you wake up every day telling yourself that it's going to be better. And your competition is not the people out there. Your competition is your yesterday versus your today. Make sure that your today is better than your yesterday, and then tomorrow is better than your today, and then the day after tomorrow is better than tomorrow. That's how you go about it. Because if you wake up in the morning and you see social media, you might get depressed. You might people they spray money like this. Not be this one, they do like this, not be this one. You will kill yourself. But just focus on yourself and tell yourself that this is a process. The place that they are now spraying their money, they've also made sacrifice of 10 years. You go to their backstories and see some have gone 10 years, 20 years, 50 years, and then they get to where they are. So that's the way it is. There is no overnight success in any industry. There's no overnight success. I don't know of any industry that have overnight success. Anybody who is successful at anything that they are doing, the grind is real. And that's what has kept me this far. Thank you very much, everyone, for being on the show. I want to say a very shout out to Matthias Jacob, one of our most consistent listener, promoter, and supporter, as well as Mr. Kuhn. Happy birthday to you as well. Tori Shajuruwane, happy birthday to you and to my lovely sister. Yeah. Choo-choo, Marisa Choo-choo, it's your birthday today. And I know you're somewhere in the Netherlands listening to me and smiling at your normal cricketish, having the chipmunk smile. Happy birthday to you as well. And thank you to everybody for joining in on the show today. It's Suko Victor all the way from Ghana. Thank you very much for confirming that you're listening to us via the app loud and clear. God bless you. Thank you to my sister from our agreement for joining in, getting off your busy schedule and joining in today. Thank you to every one of you who joined on Instagram or Facebook and on YouTube as well. My name is Edafi Matthew Shagana. You love to call me the Elegbete one of sports. It's time for us to hear from Peter Ewenode with them say sports, but you can only listen if you're using the app. So please do well if you have an Android phone to go download our app. It is Elegbete TV Radio. But please, those of you who are iOS who don't have it yet, I am sorry. I apologize. The engineers are working round the clock to make it available for everybody. It's not easy. It's not something that I can get angry and do. I just have to be patient. And so that's the way it goes. Thank you to my team, to everybody. Kalejaya Ahmed, Precious Amasuwe, Tasha, Osas, everybody. The TSA crew that always comes here on Saturday. And the champagne juice crew as well. God bless you all. Let's do this again tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to ask you this question up front. So tell me, tomorrow, when did you fall in love with football? Or for whatever sport you're supporting? At what point? What point did you is it love at first sight? Is it something that grew on you? What happened? What triggered that love? The club that you support right now, the player that you are ready to die for. My sister, for instance, will fight you because of Serena Williams. Uche Jumbo will fight you because of Manchester United. MI, Alibaba, MCIB, Bovi, why my own is something else. AY, these guys will beat you, will punch you because of Arsenal. So I need to know, when did you fall in love with your team, football, whatever, the sports that you support, whatever. So let me move. Tomorrow we'll talk about that one, okay? Thank you very much. God bless you and have yourself a lovely, wonderful, and fantastic day. It's Peter Ewono there coming up next.
Show for another episode of the SportsBuffet Elevated Radio. My name is Aurelien Tchouameni. I'm actually not to the room the matter with everyone of the sports people, but fans and the players that talk about on social media. So we carry our camera go without commenting. Legend with the comments seriously as in the commenter, the laptop in a most concerned this club around the cooler for the players who they play the ball, those people they make the decision and those people they lead the way. He said, inside out of Moscow, so that the
Johnny Gaffa, he said very inspirational, bro. Also, do you have a schedule of the shows from London? Okay, so my show is Monday to Friday. Your time is different, and you're 1 hour behind us now. But it's 9 a.m. Nigerian time, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. every day, Monday to Friday. Next week is going to be a little bit difficult because I'm going to Abuja. I'm going to defend the proposal that I sent to the Nigerian Senate, okay, on sports development. It's going to be critical, but it's 9 a.m. The show is 9 a.m. to 10, Mondays to Friday. And then on Saturday, the sports show is 12 to 3 p.m. And then we have other shows that runs from 6 a.m. in the morning to 6 to, it's a round the clock radio. We'll join our partners, talk sports immediately after this. Thank you very much for joining in from London. Baba Wale Olayemi, say good morning, sir. The line that of Paradio that he kicked stone against India, though my mom helped in telling me the truth early enough because she watched the game live. Thank you, Johnny Gaffa. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Let's do this again tomorrow. Please join in early so that we can have a conversation. The question for tomorrow is, when did you fall in love with the club or the game that you support? What triggered the love? What happened? When did it happen? Who introduced you? That's the conversation we're going to have tomorrow. So I'll be looking at for you guys to join me on the show because it's not just my show. The show is interesting when we both do it together. Thank you very much and God bless you all. I'm going to take a metaphor. Say, nice one, boss. There's always something to learn whenever you speak. I respect you a lot. Thank you. God bless you. Inside the world for their different sports because inside